I want to do a lot of YouTube videos today because there's a 30-hour Golden Girls Marathon going to be on Logo TV today. Logo TV is on, the Logo channel is on my TV downstairs, so I'm going to watch Golden Girls. Yes, I love the Golden Girls. You don't necessarily need to be full-out gay to love the show. As a pansexual, am I full-out gay? No. But I still love the show. It is a funny show. You don't need to have an LGBTQ plus sexual orientation to enjoy the Golden Girls. So it's going to be on for 30 hours. I hope you watch it because it is still a classic show. So anyway, I just had Jehovah's Witnesses come to my door, and I let them down very nicely. I wasn't fresh like I was the last time. I said, this is a very non-religious household, we're not interested, and I understand everyone's in the same situation, but we're not interested. And, so they went away. I had to enforce it twice that that this house is non-religious, and it really is a non-religious household. It has different beliefs in it, but other than that, it's a very non-religious household, so I was being honest. But, this has been in my head for a while. I've seen atheists debate creationists here on YouTube. There's videos of atheists debating creationists of the topic of evolution and God and all that. And there are some arguments atheists use that make my side of the argument sound like a dumb sack of potatoes. For example, I can't count how many times I've seen debate videos between atheists and creationists, and an atheist has used this argument. And tell me if this argument annoys the absolute shit out of you. God needs a shape or form to exist. First of all, that argument is bad, because there's an argument that I can use back to my own side, like creationists have used against my side, and that argument is, well, explain the existence of air then. Air has no shape or form, but it exists. So with that being said, that argument should be thrown out of the window altogether. Stop using the argument, well, God needs a shape or form to exist. That's guaranteed to make any atheist lose an argument. The other argument that atheists use, that we should not use, is evolution is true because Charles Darwin documented it in Origin of Species. We should stop using this argument, because Charles Darwin made an estimated educational guess of how evolution worked. Did he study? Did he come up with a probable and cause for evolution? Yes, he did. However, there are stuff in his Origin of Species which is really outdated and scientifically inaccurate. So we shouldn't be relying on the Origin of Species to make an argument why evolution is true. Arguments that we should be using is evolution is true because it has been proven that over billions of years, humans have been linked to chimpanzees by 2% in DNA, and we're linked to chimpanzees because our hands have opposable thumbs, and if you look at the feet of monkeys and chimpanzees, their feet look like our hands. So that being said, that's why evolution is true. That's our basic common ancestor. And we can also bring up the fact that scientists have recently found evidence of a other early human ancestor, which creationists are losing their absolute last fucking brain cell over scientific evidence. So we could use those arguments, but let's stop clinging to Charles Darwin's Origin of Species all the time, because some of the stuff in there is scientifically inaccurate, and some of it is wrong. And creationists are able to use the argument of, well, what about survival of the fittest? Can that be scientifically proven? They can use that argument, and that's guaranteed to make an atheist lose a debate. Because when you bring up survival of the fittest, now you think only the strong survive. But yet there are people who are not strong, who can be considered weak, but yet they still survive. So the survival of the fittest is an argument that can make any atheist lose an argument when it comes to the debate of evolution and God. So like I said, we should really stop clinging to Charles Darwin's Origin of Species all the time. We should reference it every now and then, but we should stop saying that's a completely accurate finding of evolution. Like I said, there is stuff that is scientifically inaccurate, and there is stuff that is just completely wrong in there. And finally, the last one that I don't seem to get why atheists use it is God can't be real because science hasn't proven it yet. Or people that claim that they went to heaven are stupid because they had no such experience. We should stop using this argument because, first of all, does this make us sound unintelligent? Yes and no. Yes, because who are we to judge someone of religious belief or non-religious belief who said they'd seen heaven? Who are we to judge them? Who are we to tell them that their experience was not real? And no, because as far as heaven being the place that this book says it is, I mean, we could make that argument that it's a crazy ideal, but that's about it. Other than that, we shouldn't say everyone of belief, religious belief, especially non-religious belief, that claims that they've seen heaven and came back is stupid because they haven't experienced it. First of all, that makes us sound more arrogant than intelligent because, like I said, who are we to judge them if they actually experienced heaven or if it's actually real? Who are we to judge them in saying that they're lying? They could be telling the truth for all we know. Who knows? Maybe if heaven is real, maybe it's different than from what this Bible predicts. Maybe it's what Mitch Albom predicts in The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. Maybe it is real, and we should stop, we should stop telling people who said that they experienced it to stop saying that, because maybe they truly did experience it. Maybe it was a true religious experience, and maybe it turned some non-believers into believers saying, yeah, there is an afterlife, there is a creator God. So with that being said, we should really stop making these people sound like they're crazy when maybe they just might be telling the truth. So with that being said, these are arguments that atheists should stop using, and I want to add one more thing. If an atheist does say in a debate, well, you're stupid because you claim that you went to heaven and came back, a creationist or a religious person is guaranteed to say exactly what I said. Who are you to judge me to tell me that my experience was fake? You atheist, and the religious person is also liable to say, all you atheists say that you should not judge one another. You say you follow Jesus' words, but yet you're judging me by saying my experiences was fake. You're calling me stupid, but yet you're being hypocritical towards your own stance when it comes to not judging people. So a creationist or a religious person is more likely to win an argument that way. So these are 3 arguments atheists should stop using. And this is to help my side of the debate spectrum of God. Okay? Just want to get it out there.